It is a wonderful time to be alive. Now, I thought everybody had an internal monologue, but I knew that no, but not everybody had one because I remember seeing a video one time about this person who didn't have an internal monologue. No, MXR plays. The girl on there doesn't have an internal monologue. That's what I remember, and that's when I found out people don't that not all people have internal monologues. And now I'm about to see an interview with a person who doesn't have an internal monologue. Shout out PS Struggles, bro. We about to get to this right now. I didn't even think about doing this, but fuck
So I
it. See,
found
we're
out that
we're
not
here
everyone
now.
has
We're
an
here now.
internal monologue. So what I mean by that is like they can't hear their thoughts, um, which I didn't believe to be true until I asked someone, and they said that if they physically wanted to say something in their head, they had to say it out loud. Like they couldn't do it. They don't have that voice that I thought.
Shit. Sometimes I wish I didn't, cause it's not like I want to say the shit. It's just like it would be better to say the shit, honestly.
Everyone had. Um, so it blew my mind. And I wrote an article about how it ruined my day, and a bunch of people read it and came at me with all these questions that I'm not capable of answering because I can't even wrap my head around it. So I decided to do a Q&A with someone that doesn't have this internal monologue. So hopefully she could answer your questions because I still can't function. Here we go.
All right, bet. I just wanted to see what she was going to be at, so. I'm a part of the interview too, yes sir.
So I found out a few days ago that not everyone has the ability to speak in their brain.
Talk to me.
And the first person that I asked if they could do it was her, and turns out she can't. So I asked a bunch of people to ask me questions so I could ask her so she could try to make light of this wild situation.
Talk to me.
Like I could look at myself in the mirror.
I'll try to add my input too, cause I have one.
In my head without opening my mouth. You physically can't do that. And what would happen if you tried to do that?
I have tried to
She'll explode.
do that since learning that an internal monologue exists, and I end up speaking out loud to myself. So most of my conversations are out loud.
Mine's are too though. I talk to myself. I do it in my head, but also do it out loud. It's just better that way for me. I do talk to myself.
You like this information to the people that can think in their head is a lot more like exciting news. I've talked to a few people that can't do this, and they seem less enthused as the people that do have this internal monologue. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm very confused.
I am too. Would I be enthused to not have an internal monologue? Is that what you're saying? Or enthused to have one?
Why people are so perplexed.
Alright, so
by it.
the probably most requested question was how do you read? Like when I read,
You speed reading into your head.
I don't know how you could possibly read.
Like she has. If she reads, she has to be a phenomenal reader. A phenomenal reader. Because she has to say that shit out loud. It's not perfect in her head. In your head, you can speed read, you can go fast as shit. It's perfect, you're not messing up. But when you speak it, you're fucking up over every word. This letter is a different letter. You saying this word when you're supposed to say this word. Must I read? It might be may a deed. Like, dude, what? Like everything's so fucked up when you read out loud. So she has to be a phenomenal reader if she does that, bro.
Not hearing words.
When I read, I can see the sentence structure. Like in my head, every sentence has a shape, so you can see like the shape of the sentence. And then also like keywords will pop out, and I can file those away into my like concept map. So at the end of reading something, I can have a concept map of the main topics that I read about.
This motherfucker just said shapes. What? She said I could see the sentence and they come up as shapes. The fuck? You can see the sentence. Why? What's the shape for?
Tend to move my lips when I read. So like essentially I'm saying it out loud, but it's just not like audible.
So do you visualize the setting when you're reading a book?
No, it's not like images. It's just the words.
Then why the fuck did you say shapes? Like okay, so when it's an S, you see like a curvature, you see like a line and another curvature, and then it's a P, you see a line, you see a big ass curvature. Like, is that what you're talking about, bro?
Do you like reading like fiction books, like where you have to put yourself in a situation
I never really enjoyed reading,
at
and
all?
I think maybe that's why. Like I can see the story plot.
Okay, so she's a fucking terrible reader. She's a terrible reader. So when she speaks out loud, when she reads, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. She fucking sucks at reading, huh?
Yes, very fast reader.
We did have a 100-question test. She's done when I'm on question 12. I'm not even kidding. It is superhuman. It's not. It's not fair. How do you know what you're thinking if there's no words?
Because I can see it.
I think that's why this whole thing is going viral, because people like me can't understand how you get through a day without talking.
I can't.
I don't know. I just feel like the information is in there, and I can pull it forward if I want it. Like it's all just like it's like files. There's categories of information, and
Now I can understand that. Like, we're talking about in a monologue, talking to yourself, not pulling back memories. Everybody can do that. So her saying that is not abnormal. It's more that the fact that she can't speak to herself in her voice, recollecting these memories. Like she has to recollect them and say it out loud.
them to the front if I need them. But
I feel like I could do that. Like if I'm studying, I can like pull things out.
Yeah, everybody can.
But just like if I'm sitting and like I have a thought or someone is like
Exactly.
by
That's what this is about. Not necessarily recollecting shit. This is just thoughts in general.
about that person, I'm like talking to myself about that. Does that not happen to you?
no. If I have a thought, normally I say it out loud.
Do you daydream often?
No, never, hardly ever. I actually can't think of a time that I've daydreamed. I don't think.
Wow.
Do you dream at night?
Yes.
And are they normal dreams? Do you hear dialogue in those dreams?
I don't think so actually.
That's scary. That's scary. No dialogue in a dream. That's the most scariest fucking shit ever. Oh shit. Oh shit. Excuse me. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? I'm not looking at you. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Look to somewhere else, please.
Do you enjoy
Look to somewhere else, please. Thank you.
I like this question.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy being alone? I like this question.
Yeah, I do.
So like if you don't have anything in front of you, like no stimulus, what is going on in your head?
Oh, I always have to be doing stuff. Like if I'm alone, I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm like watching Netflix, I'm studying. But I hardly ever just like I don't just sit there alone.
I don't either. That's some weirdo shit. I'm not gonna lie. That is some psychopathic shit. To just sit there and do nothing. That is actually psychopathic. Psychopathic. That is actually psychopathic, bro. Even sociopathic, if not.
Do you have any theories on this yourself? / do you even care?
I don't
It
really
seems
care.
like she-
This feels really
I
normal
can't
to
even-
me.
I can't even do this because I can't wrap my head around this. But she is so nonchalant about it, it makes me uncomfortable.
She's been doing it her life.
You just, I don't know. It's just my everyday life.
And by exactly, she does. It's been her whole life.
I do like if I'm like laying in bed at night, like I have trouble getting to sleep because I can see like lists of things I need to do, and in order to make them go away, I have to go write them down.
That's actually one of the questions. Do you fall asleep easily, like quickly, or
No.
is it harder to fall asleep?
Harder to fall asleep because I think I'm being almost visually stimulated when like even my eyes are closed. I can't shut it out.
Yeah, I feel like for me, that voice is just constantly talking, and that makes it also very difficult to sleep. And that's why I feel like a lot of people that are in my situation also think that, like, they wish they could shut it off, and they're kind of jealous of your situation. But then again, we don't know
Exactly. We don't know.
It could be even worse. So.
It's probably worse. Because she just said that she has to, like, she has these lists that she has to do, but they don't go away until she writes them down. And you know niggas are fucking lazy. So the fact that she said that means that you will probably have to do something in that same room. And you will be too fucking lazy to. It's painful.
The conversations you're probably having in your head are what I'm seeing in my head.
Yeah. Do you get anxiety?
Yeah.
So we have them in her head. She sees them. Okay, so she doesn't have an internal monologue. She has an internal vision. Like she can see the question, but we can speak the questions.
I tend to have really physical symptoms of anxiety. So it's less, I think, of a mental, like, I don't really feel like I am anxious until I realize that, like, my hands are shaking or I feel really nauseated or kind of more like physical symptoms of anxiety.
A bunch of people actually messaged me and they said that most of the people that don't have this internal monologue are bilingual and speak multiple languages. You speak multiple languages, or
no?
Do you?
It's really funny because the girl that's going to mix her place does. She speaks Korean and English. That's funny.
Good at like high school language, whatever you took.
Yeah, I was really good at high school language. I took 2 languages and I know a little bit of 2 other languages. So I love language. I actually wanted to go into linguistics at one point in my life.
I like that. I like that.
I love sentence structure.
If you're on a date, how do you know if you like them or not?
You still feel stuff.
You still feel it?
We still feel.
You're not like judging them, like looking at them and be like, why would they wear that shirt? Or why does he keep talking
I think
and why won't he shut up?
I think the things that you have in your head are probably more of like the like check boxes in my head. So like certain things will be like yep or like nope.
I can't do this. When you're typing a sentence, like if you're writing a paper for school, how do you write a sentence if you don't think about like how you're gonna phrase the words?
Because they connect.
They
Now this is actually insane. Like I understand it, but she makes it sound so simple. Like it's and I keep always going back to, isn't that an internal monologue? But it's not, because she's not speaking to herself. She's literally seeing herself. She's not speaking. She's seeing it. So in her head, she's seeing words. She's seeing words, not speaking anything. So she said she has to write something down. It's like check boxes. It's not like actually internal monologue speaking to yourself like, why is he wearing this shit? It's like wearing this shit. Check. I don't know. It's really hard to wrap your head around that shit. Wow. And I will understand why this shit is so highly big. I mean, I don't know if it's big, but it's like really, really ridiculous. It's really absurd and insane.
So if there's a noun, it's followed by a verb. If there's an N, it's all about the structure and the shape of the sentence. So I could, and also I read my papers aloud, or I'll speak them out loud as I'm typing them, and then I'll go back and I'll change maybe the sentence structure so that fits a better shape. Like, I don't know how to describe the shape of a sentence, but
when I write, I have thoughts and I write down what I think. So I can't comprehend how you could just make a sentence without having like
thought.
I have like an outline and a flow of where I want the paper to go. So from start to finish, I know exactly what I'm going to say, but not specifically word for word. I'll just start writing to make it say what I want it to. But I don't have a sentence that I hear in my head as I'm writing it. I just know where I'm starting and where I want it to go. So
I thought this was gonna make my life easier and
it's making it harder for real.
Thinking stop, but this is not helping.
Sorry.
And I apologize if this you guys up even more. What else do we have? Oh, serious question. Have you ever had depression?
Yes.
And how does that manifest? Because I feel like most people that have depression have that little voice in the back of the head that
tying them down,
feeding them negative thoughts. So how does it manifest for you?
I'd say again, it was back in
Physical.
high school, but it was much more of a physical kind of. It's more of the
Like
physical
fatigue?
symptoms. Yeah, feeling really fatigued, feeling no desire to get up or do anything, feeling no interest in doing anything. So it's not lack of motivation is like a really poor term for that, but
Less
um,
happy emotions, would you say?
yeah,
Is it more an
feeling
emotional
disengaged, disinterested in life.
That makes sense.
Disinterest doesn't mean what people think it means. It means neutral. Like you're neutral.
Every time I shower, I relive an argument from like 2007, and I try to win that argument. Do you not do that?
That sounds like a you problem.
It's not. It's unanimous.
Facts.
No.
So you don't think about like discussions that you've had in the past and how you could have said something different in that situation.
No.
Have you?
I literally did that like last night.
I do it
I do it all the time.
every time I shower. I am constantly just thinking about conversations I've had, maybe some awkward interactions from middle school, or
that far back.
just whenever, I don't choose when it comes into my head. It just pops in there, and I'm like, I should have said this, but I didn't.
I will say that if I've had a conversation that day, sometimes I'll go back, but it's all out loud. I'll tell myself what I would have done differently, or like I'm a big journaler, so I would write about how that
That makes
conversation went and how I would do something different.
All right, well, I don't think we learned anything. I think I'm still spiraling out of control. I don't know where we go from here. She seems okay. I know millions of people that do not feel okay about this situation. All I'm going to say is I hope it helps give some scientists a better insight on how the mind works and gives people uh, more theories that they could think of to help certain situations like mental health and other medical issues that maybe they didn't know about before. So, I'm probably not going to sleep tonight.
There's something that I don't know if I'm black. I hope I'm not black. Oh, thank you. There's something that I wanted to look at. It was in this video, but I really just can't remember what it was. It was.
Like, I don't know.
I have like an outline and a flow of where, but not specifically word for word. I don't have a sentence that I hear in my.
I thought this was going to make this is even more. What else do we have? Oh, serious question. Like most people, is like just.
It was back in high school, but it was much.
Oh yeah, disinterest. I think it was that one. Disinterest. It doesn't mean like you are not interested in something. It means that you're neutral in something. People always get that misconstrued, but it's not what that means. It's not. I learned that in college. But yeah, we off. That was insightful. I'm still blown away because, like you've been saying, I can't wrap my head around that shit. That's insane. But shit, I don't. Oh, shit. Another one. I got 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 another one. Oh, shit. Well, we got a bit off of here, bro. I can't be on the subject for too long. It'll fuck me up even more. I'm off of here. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Oh, I got for y'all today. Shit, I'm gonna do it again.